Hello everyone and welcome back to Global Spec Racing. We are here for round 8 of 16 here in Monza, and this is tier 2. So unfortunately we've only got 12 drivers in at the moment. We have got a 13th on the way, but we're not going to let us deter that. We're not going to let that deter us from the great racing we had yesterday. Well, I say great, it was a bit of a shocker. We had low attendance there as well, only 14 in for tier 3, where yeah, it was an interesting race. In case you don't know, that was my last league race for a while, so I will be taking a step back from league racing for the foreseeable future until I get a wheel, maybe. I do not know. But anyway, let's not let that distract us. Let's go through how it went down in our last race, which was in Imola 2 weeks ago. So then, if we look at the race results, it was Nozman who took the win from Wingo and Alistair. Vapor and Jimbo came home in 4th and 5th. FR77, he was in 6th. Rowdy was 7th, Ryan in 8th, Cool Kyogre in 9th, and Vanus Gaming in 10th. What does that mean for the points for the standings then? It is VaporJS who leads the way by 5 points from Wingo 45, and then Nozman in P3, he has 63 points. Kieran is P4, Lando in P5 with 55 points as well. So it's a very close battle there, 4 P4 in the driver standings. Alistair, Jimbo, FR, Rambo, Morgan are your top 10. Then below them it is Cool Kyogre in 11th, Razor in 12th, Justin and Boy in 13th, Beatnik 14th, Kludgy Duck 15th, Ryan Ocon 16th, It's Shot is in 17th, Andrew in 18th, Mac in 19th, 20th is Fatboy, MNK in 21st, Aaron in 22nd, Rowdy in 23rd, Hooky, Davis, Vanus are the last to score points. What does that mean for the constructor standings then? It is McLaren who lead the way by 30 points from Ferrari. And then Mercedes are in P3, Red Bull P4, Aston Martin P5, Alpine P6, Williams in P7, AlphaTauri, Haas and Alfa Romeo round out the constructor standings. So then, we look forward to this racing. We have got Communist MV on a lap. Now of course Communist, he came very close to winning the race yesterday. However, he did unfortunately crash out. But he's here for redemption then. The Russian driver coming through the second chicane. Here he comes then through Lesmo 1. He comes around Lesmo 1, down into Lesmo 2. On the brakes for Lesmo 2, on the power nice and early. Could have used a bit more track limits there. Really extend those track limits. But here he comes then, down on the run up to Ascari. What is his second sector split going to be? Great view here of sort of what the driver sees. There's a 53.5. He had to have a second stab at the wheel there as he went in. And there's a big snap mid-corner through Ascari there that sends him wide and puts him out of position, which gives him a bit of a dodgy run up to what is now Summer or other, but I'm always going to call it the Curva Grande. Here he comes in. Oh no, it's Parabolica, isn't it? Sorry, Curva Grande is somewhere else. But here he comes in round Parabolica, and it is a 21-4 for Communist MV. Is it the Curva Grande? No, the Curva Grande is the other one. It is the Parabolica. I'm pretty sure it is the Parabolica, isn't it? But anyway, we let ourselves get distracted. FR then, he is in on lap. He is now on a lap coming through. He is actually slower than Communist MV through the first 2 sectors, but he's had a much better Ascari chicane there. So this could give him the speed he needs to beat Communist MV. On the run up now, he comes to Parabolica. Another 21 Ferrari, the Scarlet Red at their home Grand Prix. What can FR77 do? Gets a bit of a slide mid-corner there, having to correct it. There he comes in, round the final corner, across the line for FR. It's only a 21.9 for FR77. So, not great there. I think it's going to be Aaron Ocon next to set a lap. Here comes Aaron. He set 53.8 in the first 2 sectors. Here comes Aaron across the line. He set 20.9. An amazing lap there for Aaron Ocon to beat the Alfa Romeo of Communist MV. Next, I believe it will be VaporJS. He is going to start setting a lap. He is currently on his run up now, using the track limits as Communist did not. He's using the track limits properly there. He's on the run up now to Ascari, coming down the back straight What is it? What's the middle sector? It's a 53.5 for Vapor JS. He's absolutely storming it, is the lad. Swings it through a not Parabolica, a Ascari there. Now, on the run up to Parabolica in the third sector. Can he snatch provisional pole position from Aaron Ocon here? Here he comes then, through Parabolica, the final corner. He takes a nice wide line to give himself the best run around the final corner. It's a 20.2, Jesus Christ, Vapor JS. What a lap there for the lad. Davis then, he's coming across the line. Davis on the medium tyres, it's only a 22.6 for Davis on those mediums. Next across the line, it's going to be Nosman to start his lap, so let's ride on board with the American. Last race winner. We will ride on board with him throughout this lap. Here we go then, down the main straight. You're going to be reaching top speeds of upwards of 10 miles an hour maybe. And then on the brakes at about the 100 board, down into second. You could maybe take it in third, but he's taking it in second. Through the first chicane then, very nicely done and nice and neat and tidy. Through the Curva Grande now comes Nosman. He's taking a nice tight line there. He's going to pull himself out to the middle of the track and then bring himself back over to the right for the second chicane. You swing it through here. Be careful of this orange curb on the inside as it can send you flying. It's the fastest first sector for Nosman here. It's looking like a great lap for the Red Bull driver, having to have a little bit of correction on the steering wheel as he now uses perfect amount of track limits there. On the brakes at 5th gear. Yeah, using track limits there as well for the second Lesmo. On the run now, down into the middle sector split. What's his middle sector split going to be? Can he beat Vapor JS? He has. He's got 53.6 for the middle sector. Here he comes then, swinging it through the Ascari chicane then. Absolutely nailed it there. On the run up now to Parabolica. This seems to be where we catch all the drivers, but we've ridden on board for Nosman with the entire lap. He's kept the lap valid. Here he comes then, up to Parabolica, picking his braking point. We look to have broke on about the DRS line. We have got a spinner. I think that might be Aaron in the Williams. He takes the tightest line he can to the line. It's only P3 for Nosman there. He's lost a lot of time in that final sector by the looks of it. And it is Aaron who has spun, unfortunately, just getting out the way there. I believe it is Wingo on an outlap. Meanwhile then, we've got Alistair, he's starting a lap. Lando's just started his lap. We've got Jimbo coming around the final corner now. He's set at 53.6 for the middle sector. Here he comes in, across the line. What can Jimbo do? It's only P5 for Jimbo. We know Jimbo, not the fastest in qualifying, but in the race his pace is much better. But sometimes you need a better qualifying to help with the race. Meanwhile then, we ride on board with Alistair. He seems to have set a very decent first sector there, going purple in the first sector. Had to deal with a little bit of traffic of Nosman, but Nosman moved nicely out of his way. Here comes Alistair then. We ride off board with the British driver. I think he's British. I get it. Here he comes then. Down under the bridge he comes. Up to Ascari. Gets on the brakes. It's a purple middle sector for him. And he's nailed the Ascari chicane there using a good amount of track limits. Coming up now to the run up to Parabolica, the number 30 Ferrari. So his teammate is number 21. He is number 30. Makes it easy to distinguish them. If this was real life at least. And now he comes then. Oh, he's run very wide out the final corner. How has he kept that valid? Across the line it is for Alistair. A 20.4. But my. That could be looked at by the stewards there. But anyway, how are you doing, Twitch chat? How are we all doing? 16 viewers in so far. Thank you for watching the stream. Of course, it's kind of a return to home for me, because this is where I think this is one of the first races I ever commentated in Tier 2. And, you know, I'm proud of it. It wasn't my best commentary. Obviously, it was one of my first, so my commentary has improved drastically here. If you watched that video, hello, I believe that's, hello Soren, I believe, Logic, I believe you're still logged in on the GSR account on Twitch, on your phone or laptop or whatever. So, hello Logic, if that is you at least. Hello Soren, how are we both doing today? We've got, yeah, we've got Lando, he's gone P5 then, and Aaron has stayed P3, but nobody's seemingly able to touch Vapor's 20.2 at the moment. So then, we look to see who else is on a lap. Is Lando going for another lap? He is going for another lap, and he's 2 tenths up. This could put him ahead of Aaron Ocon here, as we now watch. Yes, Sam, there are more viewers than drivers. But anyway, the number 71, a lovely number there, Lando. You've chosen a good number, number 71, best number There he comes then, across the line. Does Lando improve? He does. He goes P3 with a 20.6. So overall a bit spread out at the moment. However, you have got Nozman, FR and Jimbo on very solid and very decent laps there. Hello, Bob. Now we come down. Oh, FR is actually down on his lap there, so he must have had a pretty oh, he gets on the gravel. It's unfortunate there for FR. But, yeah, unfortunately, if we run through the grid, there are no Aston Martins today. We are just waiting on Fruity to join, but I think he's a full-time Alpine driver or Williams driver. One or the other. But no Astons today, and, that's going to deal a heavy blow for them in the combined, in the combined standings. Of course, normally it would be myself and Mac who would maybe fill in. But, of course, as I stated earlier, but I don't think anyone here heard it, because the stream hadn't really started yet, I have actually retired from league racing for a while. I just need to consider me future in real life and all that. There's Fruity now, he is joined. So yeah, Aston Martin then. No one really showing up here. Cool Kyoga has unfortunately invalidated his first lap. Davis has just started a lap. FR then, he's going for another lap. Who else is on a lap? We've got Lando on a lap, but he's backed off. Vapor's on a lap. Let's see what Vapor JS can do. He might pick up a slight toe off of Lando here. Now, could this be a 19 for Vapor JS? As we now swing down, round out of Parabolica. Here he comes then across the line. What is it for Vapor JS? It is. It's a 19.899. This man, unstoppable at the moment. I think we might need to consider moving him to tier 1. I'll let you guys be the judges of that. Oh, then who have we got on a lap? Ryan has just come out on his out lap. Davis is on a lap. Communist is on a lap. Jimbo is on a lap. FR is on a lap. Here comes FR77 then. Oh, but he's invalidated. He cut the corner. Thank you, Lojo. I know. But oh, that was tight between FR and Cool Kyoga. But then, the next car will be Davis. But he is backed off. He was 7 tenths up and he's backed off. What is Davis doing? So then we look to his teammate for today, Com. But Com is now invalidated. We look at Jimbo then. Jimbo set the fastest middle sector. Jimbo is on a roll here. Can JDJB Jimbo, the man who assisted McLaren in winning the Constructors' Championship in Tier 2 last season, can he get on terms with his teammate? Here he comes then, round the final corner, up to the line. Where is it for Jimbo? It's not going to be a good 19, but it's a 20.5. He slots in between Lando and Alistair. Meanwhile then, Alistair, he has invalidated his lap. Aaron then, he is also on a lap, but he is backed off. Nozman's just started a lap. Davis then, he's going for another lap. Ryan is coming up to the final corner now. Where will Ryan go? Obviously the tier 3 driver. He got a podium yesterday, I do believe. But then, here he goes. Round the final corner comes Ryan Ocon. Across the line, and it is P6 for Ryan with a 20.9. We look to is it his teammate? Well, Wingo set the fastest first sector, so can Wingo get on terms with Vapor JS? But I think it's going to be Davis who's next to set a lap. So then, can Davis do anything about this? He's 7 tenths up at the moment. Oh, but he's invalidated, as did his teammate, and I believe, oh, there was Fruity in the wall. Somehow managed to keep going, but unfortunately for Fruity, he is now in the wall with damage. We've got Nozman on another lap. Nozman swinging it through the Ascari chicane there, doing it with such precision. Amazing precision there for Nozman. Meanwhile, behind him, it is Wingo. Oh, Nozman's actually down on his time, so I don't think we'll see an improvement out of him. Wingo then, he's coming up to set his first lap of the day. Where will Wingo go in his attempt? Here he comes then, across the line for Wingo. A 20.2, still 4 tenths away from Vapor JS there. So, Vapor looking very comfortable. I believe Wingo might be going for another lap. Here comes Wingo then. Yeah. Here comes Wingo then. What can we see from Wingo 45? Can he get closer to Vapor JS here? What's his first sector looking like? He's 5 tenths down. So no, Vapor not able to make anything happen, or Wingo, sorry, not able to make anything happen at the moment. Nosman then, he's backed off on his lap as he has invalidated. So, a few drivers coming out for, I believe, what could be their final laps now. Vapor being one of them. He clearly feels under threat from Wingo 45, as Wingo left it too late to come back into the pits, fit a new set of tyres and go back out. We will see, but we will see what the Mercedes driver has in store for himself. So then, we've got a yellow flag in sector 2 as drivers just back each other up. We've got Communist starting the lap, so we'll ride on board with Com. He's on medium. Yeah, I'm not just crazy, he is on the medium. Okay, Com. So then, what can Communist MV do? He's half a second now. Okay, so we now look to the next driver to start a lap. It's going to be Cool Kyogre. And then behind him, I believe it is Vapor.js. It is Vapor.js. Is Wingo going to attempt to come out of the pit lane once again to set a valid lap? We will see what Wingo 45 does. But then, here we go then. Cool Kyogre starting his lap. Here he comes then, down into turn 1. Getting on the brakes, I believe it will be about the 100-meter board. It is just after the 100-meter board. And then, going through turn 1, he gets a big snap of oversteer there. So, unfortunate there for Cool Kyogre. Could offset him for the rest of the lap. He has to be careful though, because Jimbo has started an outlap behind him. I do believe that is going to be all we see from Vapor.js and Wingo 45. As then, Cool Kyogre, I don't think he set a particularly good first sector. He comes round Lesmo 2 now. Here he comes then, on the run up. We have got a car in the wall again, I believe, or I think it's just Fruity moving out the way. Oh, but Cool Kyogre invalidates out of Lesmo 2, so he must push now to make sure he can set another lap. Meanwhile, behind him, I believe the next set of lap, it would have been Aaron, but Aaron has spun it in the gravel, so now we look to one of the Alfa Romeos. And it would have been Com. Oh, Com is trying to crash himself out. So then, it's going to be Davis to set a lap. Can Davis be the first one of these final runners to set a valid lap? Here comes Davis then. Up to the second sector split. He comes under the bridge now. That is the racing done for today. He set a fastest middle sector, has Davis 2K7. He keeps it valid. He might even pick up a bit of a tow here from Aaron Ocon. That got very close between those two there. But here he comes in. He's on the run up to Parabolica now. He's going to pick his braking point. Swing it in. Com is now out of the race. Or not the race, out of quali. He swings it through Parabolica then. On the run up to the line. It's not going to beat Vapor. It's 20. It's a 20.5, and that slots him in at P5 at the moment. Then, it's going to be Alistair to set another lap. He is 2/10 up at the moment. This will put him ahead of Wingo, but once again, he goes wide there. I think his teammate, oh no, he did something similar in the last attempt, and that has actually offset him. So then, we look to Jimbo now. He is the second highest placed driver. He's a 10th and a bit up on his lap, but he has set the fastest middle sector. Here he comes then, through the Ascari chicane. There is a car off there. I believe that might be Lando. It was Lando. Not sure what's happened there. But here comes Jimbo then. Yeah, oh, Lando's been disqualified for being parked in a dangerous spot. Unfortunate there for Lando. Here comes Jimbo then, the last person who's going to be able to set a lap. Where's he go? It's P3 for Jimbo. So then we now just wait for Cool Kyogre to peel off into the pit lane. And that is your grid for today's race. I will be right back. I have to go fill up my water. So then that is quali over. And here is your grid then. It is VaporJS who gets pole. And then Wingo, 3/10 behind, a massive margin there for VaporJS. He is in P2. Jimbo in P3. Alistair in P4. Davis and Ryan, an all-American third row there. They are in P5 and P6. Aaron Ocon and Nozman share the 4th row. FR and Com in the 5th row. And then it's Fruity, Kyogre and Lando who round out the grid. Got an interesting few... We've got an interesting 27 laps ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm sure the race will be great. Let's hope so, with only 13 drivers. So then it's looking to be an all-dry race. It was like this in the race yesterday. Only 3 drivers can select the alternate strategy, I believe. So then, I wonder who does select that alternate strategy. Normally I would have somebody who's a bit more competent with strategies next to me, but I do not, unfortunately. So yeah, we're just gonna have to make do. So then, we've got 10 seconds to the rundown. I have had information through. There is meant to be rain in the last half of this race. Oh boy, this could get interesting. So then, we go away for this formation lap. JNT has joined lobby. Don't know if he was given... I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm just trying to clear this up actually, because it shouldn't really be. Anyway then, let's look at strategy. So then, only 2 drivers opting for the medium tyres, them being Cool Kyogre and JNT. The rest of the grid have decided to go with the soft compound strategy. Turn them on. So then, we prepare for the grid to round out. We just wait now for... Oh, it's Fruity spun. Fruity spun. Anyway then. 14 drivers in. Don't really know if one of them should be racing. I don't think he should be allowed. I'm trying to clear this up. So then, Fruity has been disqualified. So then, we now go to the 5 red lights here at Monza. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights at Monza. It's a long pause. There's lights out and away we go. And it's been an amazing start there for Alistair. Jimbo has also had a good start. Wingo was bogged down off the start there. Could we see a Ferrari challenge Vapor going down into turn 1? I don't think he will. And Vapor guts through clean. But oh, Alistair has to cut across the chicane there. And Nozman picks up a penalty for corner cutting as well. Oh, it's getting a bit messy here. We look further back though. Let's change to that. Communist has made out 6 positions. What a start for the Russian driver. He's going after Jimbo, but I don't think he's able to make anything happen there. So then, the order after the first few turns is Vapor, Alistair, Jimbo, Communist, Nozman, Ryan, FR, Davis, Wingo, and Aaron. Meanwhile then, Lando, JNT, Cool Kyogre, and Fruity are the 4 outside of the points. Wingo has lost 7 positions off that start. He's had a dreadful start, but there have been no severe casualties of this race. Meanwhile then, Jimbo starting to lose touch with the 2 in front already. He's coming under pressure from Communist, who's... I just can't believe he's made up 6 positions in the first lap. Oh, he gets a big slide out of Ascari though. He manages to hold it. You know, we've got Lando and Aaron going side by side. Aaron has clearly had a poor running there. Could we see Wingo go up the inside of Davis as FR looks to challenge Nozman round the outside? Nozman has wing damage, so this is why everybody's held back. They've all been caught up behind Nozman 96 as he peels off into the pit lane. So then, we see Vapor trying to break the toe on Alistair. Meanwhile, further back, we've got Wingo making moves. He's going down the inside on Lando here. Can he get past the Alpine driver? Lando's giving him a hard fight. This isn't what Wingo needs for his championship fight. But at the moment then, he's had to stay behind. So, we look further forward. Can we see any close moves on? Tommy's starting to lose touch. Oh, as Alistair has been spun. Did he try and make an ambitious move on Vapor there and get spun, or was it just a spin on the curbs? I do not know. Is there wing damage for Alistair maybe? There is no wing damage there for Alistair. It's a very bizarre incident. So then, we look further back, and there's Fruity crawling all over the back of Aaron Ocon here, who in turn is crawling all over the back of Cool Kyogre. Aaron using a lot of ERCs, giving Cool Kyogre the little bump there. Cool Kyogre, of course, one of those who started on the medium tyres. Can we see Cool Kyogre make the move? So then, they come round to finish lap 2. Jimbo has set the fastest lap then. He has used a lot more ERS though than his teammate Vapor JS. Sorry, I'm just trying to... I know, I'll leave that for later. So then, we look further back. Wingo making up Wingo making a couple positions up already, as Davis and Lando go side by side, going down into the second chicane as they went through the Curva Grande there, but they've all made it through cleanly. Wingo then looking to pounce on the back of FR77. Can he get through? I don't think so at the moment, unless he tries an ambitious move going down into Ascari. I'll stick with this, but oh, Wingo spun! Oh dear, Wingo spun. He's been hit by Lando, and Davis has hit Lando, and that's a penalty for Davis there. Oh dear, this has gone from bad to worse for Wingo, but we have seen him recover from this. Davis has also spun. Okay, what is Davis doing? I'm sorry, but what is Davis doing? I'm sorry. I'm not sure. But that was stupid from Davis. Davis is driving dirty. Yeah, he's just tried brake checking Wingo. That's not good from Davis. This man knows to race better. That is poor from Davis. I've called that on stream. That is very poor from Davis. He is not meant to be racing like that. He knows how he should be racing. He's a better driver than that. I don't know what he was thinking. That is absolutely appalling. We see FR have a terrible exit from the second chicane now, and that could allow JNT through, but it doesn't at the moment. So then, seems to break up a lot of fights at the moment, but Cool Kyogre then. He is on the back of Fruit Coast Alarm. And then further back we've got Alistair trying to find a way past Aaron Ocon. Meanwhile, JNT is trying to find a way past. Ryan has crashed out at Ascari. Could that be a safety car for the race. I don't know, somebody picked up a penalty, I believe it was Alistair who picked up a 3-second time penalty, and the stewards deeming that there should not, or the race director, sorry, deeming no need for a safety car, as Fruity now sets the fastest lap of this race. We've got Jimbo, he's right on the back of his teammate at the moment. But here we go then, we see a change, 4P7, ooh, that got very feisty between Aaron and Alistair there. Very, very feisty indeed. But Aaron then making the move. This isn't great driving standards, I will be honest. But then, I don't think Aaron's got that move sealed, as he has no ERS, he's used all of his ERS up. Here comes Alistair, he's going to go around the outside. Can he get the move done down into the second chicane? He's up the inside, there's contact made. Aaron has had to cut across the chicane, but in taking the other line, he has had to concede the position. Nosman has picked up another 3-second time penalty as it stands, and then JNT then all over the back of Aaron Ocon here. Can we see a move from the Red Bull driver get past the Williams driver? I'm not sure. Meanwhile then, the two McLarens working together to just pull away from the rest of the pack. They have a comfortable 2.2 second margin from Con behind, who has a 4.3 second margin to Fruity behind. But Cool Kyogre then, he is making sure Fruity does not have a safe buffer. Neither is Jay. He wants Aaron to know he's there, and Aaron might not. I don't think Aaron managed to get the DRS there, but Aaron's struggling with the rear tyre grip at the moment. Here we go then. Could we see a move? I don't think the McLarens are going to swap positions at the moment. Neither are Cool Kyogre or Fruit Coast Alarm. Ooh, what a ball gone. So then, we are going to continue to ride on board with JNT and Aaron Ocon here. We're going to watch this battle unfold. Can these guys keep the entertainment up? Because I will be honest, it's not been the most exciting race at the moment. But then, here comes JNT, then he's all over the back of Aaron at the moment. But of course, there is still strategy being in play here. Cool Kyogre, he started on the mediums, and JNT also on the mediums. So for JNT to be keeping up with Aaron, he's doing a very stellar job at the moment. And for Cool Kyogre, he is the highest placed medium runner, so he has possibly one of the best he's probably got the better strategy. The better strategy on the grid at the moment. Because if you think about it, the softs are rapid on these cars, as we see a change at 4P8 there as Aaron goes through on FR77. A very good move there for the Ferrari, or for the Williams driver to get through on the Ferrari driver, but did FR let him through because he knew this would happen? Could we be going 3 wide down this main straight? I don't think so, but could Aaron be overtaken by 2 cars rather than just 1? I think we are going to go 3 wide. Whoa, that was very tight there between FR and JNT. But FR keeps the position ahead of Aaron, and JNT not able to make any moves there. So then, once again, these 3 guys fighting it out, and we could see a potential move going down into the second chicane from Aaron. Actually, I don't think we will see a move from Aaron. Oh, I think there was contact with Aaron and JNT there, as JNT did have to cut across the chicane, and he's in front of Aaron now. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Aaron now picking up a 3-second time penalty. So, could that be frustrations from JNT? We'll find out soon enough. But then, here we go. It's not much fighting going on at the moment. But Aaron, he is the closest driver. I don't think we could see a move from JNT on FR now. He has got the most DRS as FR now peels off into the pit, so FR the first person to make what I believe is a scheduled pit stop. This will help the DRS he got from FR will help JNT stay in front, but Aaron as well. No ERS for Aaron Ocon at the moment. Absolutely 0. Meanwhile, the 2 McLarens still keeping each other at bay, and they're not exactly pulling away a massive amount from Com. But then we've got Nozman and FR about to go side by side, which Nozman comes through. Of course, Nozman probably yet to make another stop. Oh, he's got a yellow flag, I believe. Is JNT spun? I believe there was something happened between JNT and Aaron Ocon, maybe. I don't know what that was, but yeah. So then, Aaron still just barely clinging onto the back of JNT Gaming at the moment. So chat, if you're here, 13 viewers, put in the comments below who you think could win this race, as now the gap between the two McLarens has actually been broken. It is sat at 1.068, although that is coming down. I believe has Com peeled off into the pits. Com has peeled off into the pits. So then, Communist the second person to make a stop. I believe Alistair is also, no, Alistair is not, neither is JNT, but Aaron Ocon isn't. So then, we've still got a few diverse strategies going on. Some of these guys holding off until the rain, I believe, because there is scheduled to be rain. So, have the medium runners actually pulled a blinder here? Could Cool Kyogre make his way up into potentially P3 by the time the rain comes? As I believe the soft tires will start to degrade now. So he could potentially find himself in a very good position, as we've still got Aaron and JNT fighting them. We look, who is on the mediums? Well, who's stopped? Who's yet to stop? So then, Com, Nozman, FR, Wingo and Davis, all people who have stopped. Whereas Vapor, Jimbo, Fruity, Cool Kyogre, Lando, Alistair, JNT and Aaron are all people who are yet to stop. So then, we look forward and we're just going to see what progress Cool Kyogre can make on Fruitico's Alarm here. Yeah, Ryan, I do believe you could win this race, lad. You know, absolutely rapid. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. I believe Aaron has spun. That is Aaron who spun. He's got damage, I think. Could there be a virtual safety car, maybe? Does not appear to be a need for a virtual safety car. Meanwhile, then, I think everybody has stayed out. Everyone's stuck with their gut. And Cool Kyogre is slowly reeling in Fruitico's Alarm, but not at a quick enough rate. Yeah, Lizard Jimbo has always done well round here. And Aaron now picks up a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Aaron's day just goes from bad to worse, as he couldn't slow the car down in time. And now there are no, proper battles. Jimbo picks up a penalty, though. Oh, that's going to hurt him in the long run. Ouch. Meanwhile, then we've got FR and Nozman fighting hard. But, this is our closest battle on track between the, Red Bull powered car and Ferrari car, or the Red Bull car and the Ferrari car. Throwback to real life, maybe? Hello. Red Bull versus Ferrari. Unfortunately, it's not for the lead, but, you know, there is still this fight going on as they come now around the two Lesmo corners, Lesmo 1 and now into Lesmo 2. FR does have the DRS as the rain has started to fall. Here comes the rain then. Jimbo, he is pushed and pushed. He is Vapor must have clearly made a vital mistake there. As we've got a spinner. I believe Alistair has spun. Alistair has spun it, and he's now going to come into pit lane. I believe there might be damage for Alistair, maybe. I think there is a missing front right end plate there for Alistair. He now peels off into the pits, so he now gets out. He also gets a penalty for speeding. But then, as the rain falls, Vapor, could he have been running a dry setup? And is Jimbo maybe running a wet setup? We'll find out soon, but here comes Jimbo then. He has lost a bit of time to Vapor JS in that final sector. But even with the DRS, you can see that Vapor is just pulling away. I believe Vapor might be running less wing, whereas Jimbo is running more. But then these guys now have a 4.2 second gap back. Got a yellow flag, and that's Communist MV out. Meanwhile, we see Nozman and FR fighting. It's the first safety car of the day. Do we see a few pit, or will they stick it out until the inters? Honestly, I think I would I personally think I'd stick it out until the inters. As Vapor comes in, does Jimbo? Jimbo does come in, but Jimbo's trying to slow himself up enough. He's slowing unnecessarily, maybe, as they're still going to double stack, and that could cost him against Fruity. Cool Kyogre's in. He was on the mediums, remember. So in comes Lando Norris. JNT, does JNT pit or does JNT stick it out? JNT makes the late call to come in. But then what do these guys pit onto? We see Vapor, I think he went onto a set of softs. No, Vapor went mediums. What did Jimbo go to? Did Jimbo go mediums as well? Jimbo went to the inters. Jimbo's risked it all and he's gone to the inters. As has Cool Kyogre, Lando and JNT. So these guys really need to be hoping that the rain falls quickly. Which actually, it is falling fast, but they're really going to have to crawl around if they don't want to overheat these tyres. It's going to be a tough. This is a tough one to call here. Depends how heavy the rain starts falling, but I believe these guys may. Oh, everyone's pitting onto inters though. Have Vapor and Fruity made a bad call here? Everyone's gone to the inters. I think Vapor and Fruity might have made a bad call. Because everybody else is on the inters. Whereas these two went to the mediums. Aaron went to the softs. I think he's pitting again. He's serving his penalty and he's come in for the inters. I believe Davis is also going to come in for the intermediate tyres. Have Vapor and Fruity ruined their strategy? It's going to be a tough one to call. It also depends on the setup they're running. As I said, I think Vapor might be running a slightly drier setup, whereas Jimbo was running maybe a more wet setup. But you can see, you can see Vapor had no grip accelerating there. Vapor might have, I think Vapor and Fruity might have mucked themselves up. So then, we'll see what the only two people on the dry tyres do. I think they're going to have to come into the pits. And they do. Vapor now peels off into pit lane, as does Fruity. Oh, that was tight. There was almost contact between the two of them. And now this puts Jimbo in the lead of the race. We watch for Nozman, see where he comes out in this. I think he'll come out ahead of them both, as will FR77. It's going to be tight here. Nah, they'll be out well in front. Does Wingo come out in front of Vapor though? Obviously this is his championship rival we're talking about here. I don't think he will. We watch to see what Wingo does. Nah, he's going to be behind. So then, we now wait for the rest of the pack to back up. But J&T and Cool Kyogre, they have benefited massively from this, as they have well, yeah, they started on the mediums, and whilst everyone else around them pit when they were on the softs, they stuck it out, and now they're second and fourth. So an absolute blinder by the two Red Bull cars. I say Red Bull cars, AlphaTauri is basically Red Bull. So don't come at me, Red Bull enthusiasts. So then, we wait for this safety car to come in. I think it'll be out another lap. How are we doing, Twitch chat? We've got 19 viewers at the moment. Thank you all for clicking on this stream. And you know, whilst you're here, maybe go and check out our sponsor, SilentX Energy. They are what I personally call the healthier G fuel. It's essentially G fuel, but healthier, and you don't get as much of a like a sugar crash almost when you're finished. Like the caffeine doesn't affect you as badly. But you know, it's up to you whether you go check them out. But you can get two flavors at the moment: Acropolis apple and cherry. And so you can also pick up GSR merch whilst you're there. We have hats, beanies, phone cases. We've got it all. But yeah, so if you wish to go and pick up some GSR merch, SilentXenergy.com. That's the site you visit, and yeah, thank you to everyone
who has already purchased some of the stuff. Yes, Mac, it is scientifically proven by me. I proved it because I said it. But yeah, it's amazing stuff, really. Like, absolutely amazing stuff. So, if you want G Fuel, but you don't want to suffer the after effects, SilentX Energy. It's cheaper as well. You might get more flavours with G Fuel, but you get quality with SilentX. So then, here we go then. I believe safety car might come in at the end of this lap. Obviously there was only one, oh no. There were a couple safety cars yesterday. But of course one of, yeah, here we go, it's been called early this time. Whereas yesterday, they had already gotten around Parabolica and the FIA called it in. Excuse me, sorry guys. So then, Jimbo now backs up the pack, lets the safety car pull away. When does Jimbo go? He's gonna... He doesn't want to give him the toe round, or he doesn't want to give a massive toe down this main straight. As we can see, the people behind weaving, Jimbo is also weaving. The safety car is coming. When does Jimbo go? He goes now. Has he caught Kyogre napping a bit? He has. Lando has gotten through. This is looking to be an absolute mess. Oh my god, Nozman's on the grass making this overtake. Absolutely stunning stuff from Nozman if he pulls this off. But he brakes a bit earlier. Oh, there's a collision there as Kyogre and Lando make contact and they have to go across the first chicane. I believe Wingo's gone round. He has gone round, unfortunately, for Wingo. Meanwhile then, we've got further back, Lando, he's trying to find a way past Nozman. Nozman backing up because of FR. There goes Lando then, down the inside, Nozman's running to the back of FR there. This is chaos at the moment. FR's having to go across the curbs. But then, it's all settled down, and Jimbo now has a safe 1 second lead from Fruity behind. And then it's Kyogre, FR, Lando, Nozman, Vapor, JNT, Alistair, Davis, Aaron. And that is your running order, although I say that, and Alistair has now gotten through on JNT with an ambitious dive. JNT's in the wall. I think he's trying to crash himself out. But then, that was a very ambitious dive from Alistair there, which unfortunately did take out another driver. And we do see there is no front wing there for J&T, so unfortunate there. But we divert our attention further forward as he gets a penalty. It's just gone from bad to worse in like 30 seconds. Oh, Lando with a massive snap here there. That's going to allow Nozman to have a little sniff. And he is having a little sniff. They're going to go side by side. But he's just backed out of it there, trying to be the bigger man. But this could leave him vulnerable to Vapor JS. What does Vapor do? We've got a yellow flag, I believe. Oh, Vapor. Ambitious move, but he might have made it work. Oh, but there's a pile up on the inside as FR backed up. Or, I think it was FR who spun. And, yeah, JNT is now retired from the session. There was a big pile up at turn 1 there as FR spun. And everyone just had to slam on the brakes. Is there damage for Vapor JS, maybe? He went right into the back of another car there. He's been hit wide as well. Not going well for Vapor JS at the moment. I don't think there's any active damage there. Meanwhile, we've got Davis behind after his shocking driving earlier in the race. Alistair and Kyogre then going side by side. It's not the first time Alistair's tried to move into Lesmo 2. He's always lit up the rear tyres. He's managed to keep it out the wall though. Well, he hit the wall, but you know what I mean. So then, once again, a bit of a hectic start so far. But Nozman's now up into P2 as he made a move on Fruity. So Fruity's struggling for traction at the moment. Meanwhile then, Jimbo, he's holding a nice 2.9 second lead. And then FR and Wingo are going side by side. And FR has gotten through after a mistake from Wingo, I'm assuming. Meanwhile then, you've got Lando, he's trying to find his way past Fruity. Fruity just, once again, he's struggling on traction. Maybe he is just struggling at the moment, is Fruticos.
He's on a lot fresher tyres than these guys, but on the brakes he's broke himself slightly. Lando's going to try and hold it around the outside. There's a lot of contact there, and this could be Cool Kyoga's chance to make a move. Not quite. VaporJS too far back to make a move by the looks of it. Aaron, he's kind of a cork in a bottle here, as FR and Wingo follow close behind as Alistair has just come out of the pits. So then Fruity, again he's struggling under braking. Fruity not used to these wet conditions clearly, as Cool Kyoga has a massive snap there and he's going to go side by side with VaporJS into Lesmo 1. He comes out best out of that, but will VaporJS go up his inside in Lesmo 2? No, but Cool Kyoga has gone in deep and he's gone off the track, and that's allowed VaporJS through up into P5. So Vapor, just by keeping out of trouble at the moment, he is just climbing his way up as Cool Kyoga and Davis go side by side into the Ascari chicane. Davis has to go off the track there to complete the move. Could the stewards deem he needs to give that back? As Cool Kyoga on big snap there allows Aaron Ocon to go round the outside there. Cool Kyoga struggling for grip. VaporJS then, he's up into P4 after a move around the outside of Frutico Salam, who is just again, Fruity's just struggling, man. As Cool Kyoga and Aaron Ocon then they go side by side. Cool Kyoga's managed to get back through. Fruity has come into the pit lane, almost gets braked, almost brake checks Davis there trying to come in. So then, can VaporJS pull away from this pack behind and gain on Lando Norris? 4-4-0-4. At the moment, it's seeming that way. He has already got that 1 second gap to Davis now. So we've got a very good race on our hands at this point now. I told you guys it wouldn't be a boring race. As Aaron then, he slams it up the inside of Cool Kyoga, but really outbrakes himself there going across the curbs. Will he has had to give that position back, and he did it safely. So then, here we go then. He's going to try and line himself up for a second attempt, but you've got Wingo behind who's lining himself up for a move on FR77 here. Could the Mercedes driver, the man who is in P2 in the championship, he needs to work his way up here. Can he find a way through on FR? Doesn't look like it, no. Could there be a warning in there for Wingo, maybe? Got a yellow flag in Sector 3. It was that round. That's Vapor's gone round. So then, VaporJS has gone round. And there's wing damage for the McLaren driver. So, maybe all hope is not lost for Wingo here, as he now looks to make his move on FR77. But Vapor, he's going to be absolutely kicking himself at that one. Vapor just not going to be a happy chappy as he comes into the pits. Is there going to be a retirement, or will he stick it out there? I hope he sticks it out. So then, we've got this battle forming behind Davis, it is. But actually, he's got a gap now. So it's now formed behind Cool Kyoga. Wingo with so much ERS. Jesus. Vapor now drops behind Fruity and maybe even drops behind Alistair here. He does drop behind Alistair, unfortunately, for VaporJS. So he drops to dead last in this race. Meanwhile, FR, he is all over the back of Aaron Ocon here. Can he find a way past the Williams driver? This Ferrari versus Williams, just like it was in the late 1900s. So then, here we go. Down into Ascari. Could we see a move from the Ferrari driver? Not at the moment, we cannot know. We're stick on board with him though, as there could be a potential move on here for this P6 position. Meanwhile, he has to worry about Wingo behind as well. We know Wingo won't try anything reckless, but can he find his way through? I don't think he can at the moment. So then, here he comes then. FR has had a terrible exit there, which could leave him vulnerable to Wingo. Again, Wingo not really gaining all too much. Can he send it on the brakes maybe? Does Wingo have the braking power to do it? No, he backs off early. So then, FR getting caught up right behind Aaron here. Could leave him vulnerable, but Wingo doesn't get the best of exits. I believe he had to back off. He's got Alistair and Fruity going side by side. That was into the final corner there. I think Fruity might have more damage.
believe Fruity does have more damage. It's a dismal day for Frutico's Alarm. Got a yellow flag in Sector 2. That's FR has gone round. So he's gone round in his battle with Aaron and Wingo. Did he try and move up the inside of Aaron that didn't come off? That's what it's seeming like. So then, can Wingo now find a way through on Aaron Ocon? Aaron using his ERS here to try and stay in front. Wingo just making sure he doesn't get too far ahead. So then, can we see this Mercedes driver, the man who was runner-up in the championship last season after a controversial incident with his championship rival, not John Pancake Sector, it was Cameron, Mr. Cameron W120. But yeah, we move Cool Kyogre then, he is all over the back of Davis, and someone who's all over the back of someone is Nozman on Jimbo. Now of course Nozman does have that extra 3 seconds, but we could still see something happen between these guys. VapeJS, he is all over the back of Alistair. There's so many battles going on at once, I'm not sure where to look. Can we see a move from Wingo going down the inside on Aaron? No. He's just making sure Aaron knows he's there. Meanwhile then, further forward, Nozman, he's still gaining. These two on very similar ERS. Oh, Nozman's gone in very deep there. He's had to cut across the chicane. That's undoubtedly a warning. And he's lost time to both Jimbo and Lando. Lando's now in this fight. Lando's in the net race lead at the moment. So a very good showing for Lando here. Meanwhile, Vapor, JS and Alistair are going side by side into the first chicane. There's a lot of contact as Alistair outbreaks himself. Vapor just... oh, there's a bit feisty between these two. But then Alistair sticks in front for now. But will it stay that way going into the second chicane? He's pushed Vapor onto what I like to call the Pierre Gasly line almost. There goes Vapor then, back up the inside. Does Alistair leave him the room? He does. Very respectable driving for the second part of this lap. But for the initial part, it wasn't the cleanest between these guys. Meanwhile then, we've got Aaron. Can he find... Wingo has now gotten through on Aaron. Sorry, I missed that whilst I was watching the battle further behind. But Nozman then, still trying to find his way up the order. Trying to find his way through on Jesus Christ. On Jimbo, he's trying to find his way through on Jimbo. There's Vapor and Alistair then, they once again go side by side, but Vapor having to clamber all over the curb to stay behind, stay on the track. Well yeah, stay in the race essentially. Look how far these two are behind because of the pit stops they've made. It's not what Vapor wanted in his championship fight. But obviously he's had that good run of form. That had to come to an end at some point. Jimbo having a horrible exit from Lesmo 1 there. And this could allow Nozman, if he gets a good exit at Lesmo 2, to have a go going down into the Ascari chicane. These two relatively clear at the moment of Lando behind. But I don't see any move coming off of there from Nozman. He just wants to play it safe for now. Maybe make Jimbo use his ERS. Cool Kyogre still stuck behind Davis here. And then Wingo close behind them. So this fight ain't over and we all know it. Let's see what happens. I know I sound a bit dull at the moment. I'm sorry for that, guys. But here we go then. Could we see VaporJS? He's on the grass trying to find his way down around the outside of Alistair there. Absolute scenes there as Vapor tried what I did in Mexico. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. That is Fruity who has gone off. And that is his front wing gone. Could there be a virtual safety car maybe? It doesn't look like it. But then, down into Turn 1, are there any moves being made? Nothing at the moment as Aaron has dropped far back from Wingo, who looks to pursue Cool Kyogre and Davis. Now of course the last time Fruity now picks up a penalty. Now of course... oh, we've got a yellow flag. It's Fruity again. Now, of course, if I can finish a sentence now. The last time Davis and Wingo did meet on track, it looked like Davis was trying to take Wingo out. So, Davis might have P4 for now, but we'll have to see what the stewards say after that incident. Because in my eyes, that was just dirty driving from Davis. Meanwhile then, Vapor still not able to find a way through on Alistair. He bumps him there, gets a big wash of oversteer. He's struggling to keep traction at the moment. Might have his tyre pressures too high on the rear, might be overheating those tyres slightly. But Cool Kyoga then, he is looking to pursue Davis through Ascari. Davis hasn't had the best run through Ascari, whereas Cool Kyoga has. Wingo is close behind these guys, and he has a lot more ERS. He has more ERS than these two combined. Bro. Here comes Nozman then. Jesus Christ, Dallas, stay awake. Sorry for Christian in chat. Man's just vibing in it. Anyway then, Vapor, he's still just pushing real hard to find a way past Alistair, but he's not able to do so. Cool Kyoga, not able to find a way through on Davis. He was all locked up there going into turn 1. Nozman not able to make a move on Jimbo either, but it is dangerous because it could leave him vulnerable to Lando behind. Davis could potentially get a podium here if he pushes on, but he's hovering around the window at the moment, but he's not close enough. Jimbo struggles for traction out of that second chicane, whereas Nozman, he gets better traction. Speaking of better traction, Nozman didn't have much there. He had to really correct a slight snap there. As Vapor then, he has no ERS left as he attempts to get past Alistair. He's just not able to find a way through. Alistair, oh, speaking of which, whoa, Alistair slams the door shut on Vapor JS there. But could we see Vapor then go for a move into the chicane? He's trying to force Alistair to go in narrow. He's sticking it in. It's almost like Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. Okay. Vapor, what was that? Like, I'm sorry, Vapor, but what was that? Nah. What is these driving standards? What? Why? Why did you feel the need to do that, Vapor? We have got a car. I think that's FR has gone off, unfortunately, there. And now this battle for P4 is going into a three-way battle. And there's almost a three-way battle for the lead now. Although Lando is sat in a net P1 as it stands. But Nozman then, he's going to go side by side with Jimbo maybe? Not quite then. Here comes Alistair then, up the inside on Vapor JS. There's contact. Alistair's almost sent round there. These two, they had some pretty respectable racing going on until Vapor decided just to keep turning. He's decided to keep turning left. Here comes Alistair then. I think he might try and send one on Vapor. He dummies him, and then he does put his nose up the inside, forces Vapor in narrow, and Vapor goes very narrow there, but holds his line nicely. But then, there is now this three-way battle for the lead of the race. Although, as I have said, Lando is in that net P1 position. So then, what can the as it order stands at the moment then, Nozman would actually drop to P4 and Davis would go up to P3. So it's not looking hopeful for Nozman to get this podium. Although he did get that 3 seconds off the start, so he might be able to appeal it, as there is Fruity. I believe Fruity was just... No, Fruity spun it. FR has been given a 3-second time penalty there. Oh, as Davis had to cut across the chicane there in his fight with Cool Kyoga and Wingo. So then, I'm not sure what happened there, but Wingo is now going to go to the outside of Cool Kyoga, which will turn to the inside for the chicane. They go side by side, and Wingo goes through on Cool Kyoga. He now looks to try and reel in that gap to Lando, which is currently hovering at around 8.3 seconds. 8.2 maybe. Davis has left the session. I think he might have rage quit. Which is unfortunate, because I would have wanted to ask him about his driving earlier on in the race. Meanwhile then, the two Ferraris are boxing Vapor JS in at the moment. There's some good team orders here from the Ferrari outfit. But then, nothing able to be done from Vapor JS as Alistair gives him the massive squeeze there. There's more contact and Vapor is, yeah. Okay. I don't know what this driving standards is from these guys. This is just... This is... Don't just...
Meanwhile then, Lando has actually gotten through on Nosman here, as we are on the final lap of the race, so that was a crucial move for Lando there. Meanwhile then, we've got a tight battle. We have this tight battle for the lead of the race at the moment. Nothing looking to be... I don't think anything's going to change now, unless of course Lando picks up a penalty for the 4-track limit. Then that would change it, because Jimbo would get the win on track. So then, here we are on the final lap. Nosman 6 or just under 7 tenths behind. He is losing time each corner actually, so you know, within DRS range, let's call it, as there is a yellow flag and Fruity has gone in once again. Jabba's left. I didn't even realise Jabba joined. So then, here we go then, through the Ascari chicane. Nosman picks up another 3 seconds, so that's actually going to promote Wingo up into the lead of the race. Or not the lead of the race, sorry, what am I saying? As we have got Alistair, who has spun it at turn 1. So then, it's been a valiant, it's been a tough few laps, or a tough 27 laps for these drivers in changeable conditions. But it is going to be Jimbo to cross the line in first. But it's going to be Lando who takes the win on track. Jimbo in second. Nosman's going to cross the line in third. But I believe it is going to be Wingo 45 who comes home to take P3. Nosman P4. Cool Kyogre comes home in P5. It's going to be Aaron in P6. Davis in P7. Vapor JS, he's going to come home in P8 after some, let's say, questionable driving from himself and Alistair this race. FR's going to come home in P9, and it'll be Alistair in P10. So it was definitely a tough few laps. I'll get these guys in for interviews now. And Wingo. Hello Lando, can you just make sure your audio is included, please? Just whilst we wait for Fruity to cross the line. He's in reverse, for goodness. Fruity! Hello Jimbo. Hello Wingo. Right, there we go. So then, it was a grueling 27 laps, and we managed to get, I believe it was 12 drivers across the line. Lando picks up driver of the day. I believe it is well deserved. A very stunning drive there to get P1. So then we will see what the rundown and the grid order is. Can you guys just make sure your audio is included, please? Right. As we do now run through the grid, once it decides to load, it is Lando who takes the win from Jimbo, and then Wingo in P3 after what I would call a very tough day at the office. Nosman comes home in P4, followed by his fellow American, Cool Kyogre, in P5. Aaron Ocon takes P6, Davis in P7, Vapor, Alistair, and FR round out the top 10. Fruity, JNT, Communist, and Ryan are the ones who didn't score points. Those last 3 did not see the checkered flag. So let's move on to interviews, and we'll start off with our P3 man, Wingo 45. As I said a minute ago, let's call it a tough day at the office, but you managed to pull it back for a P3.
Yeah, it was a very bad start from me. Then I spun, and later, for some reason, someone tried to kill me twice. She sent me to the wall,
saw that.
and then,
I believe it was Davis.
Yeah, what Davis. He sent me to the wall, and then in the fair straight, the one who sends him to Parabolica, well, he just brake tested me. So, he tried to kill me twice. I don't know why. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, we caught that on stream. So wasn't very sportsmanlike of. Oh my God, little Robbo tried to join. But yeah, it wasn't very sportsmanlike of him. But yeah, as you said, it was a tough start. It was a tough start to the race, and was it just after that keep the penalties down and just kind of keep out of trouble?
Yeah, I always try to avoid the penalties, and it started to rain, so it made things harder. But I managed to get a good result. So yeah.
Well, congratulations to you, lad. It was definitely a hard-fought P3, but, you know, I believe that also moves you up into the P1 in the standings again. So you have taken that from
That's some
JS.
good news. Finally.
Yeah, so I believe, because he finished lower down the order, but, yeah, congrats, lad, and you're P1 in the standings again. So, we will now move on to our second place man, Jimbo. Well,
So
who would've thought
close
we'd see
yet
you
so
here,
far.
eh? Yeah, no, it was just that one penalty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But you took earlier in the race during when it was dry. I saw you were working. Were you working with your teammate? Was it?
Yeah,
to kind of pull away from communists behind.
I knew he was faster than me, and the idea was obviously if so long as I'm in the DRS train or DRS slipstream, then I'd be able to just stay along with my teammate, and then obviously he was faster and pulling away from communists and the rest. So we decided to stick together, make ourselves try and get an easy 1-2 as possible. But obviously the rain came along. Unfortunately, it was a bit hard to decide when we pitted because it looked like it was going to stay like the rain like we had last season in Monza, where it wasn't wet enough for inters, so you'd have to be on dry.
It was also too wet for the dries.
But it ended up getting worse, so they had to pit, and then it was just I pulled away at the safety car restart, but I don't know. So at some point, I just didn't have any grip. I couldn't turn in, and then my right foot went completely numb. It was cold, so I had no feeling in my throttle. So I was just trying to pray.
So it was kind of guesswork.
Yeah, a lot of guesswork and just praying that I don't make the wrong mistake. But still happy with P2. I was expecting a much worse race after my week break, but I'm happy with the P2.
Yeah, well, as you said, and it's gonna help. Obviously, it doesn't only help you in the driver standings, but it helps the team out extend their lead in the constructors after what was a very poor day for the Ferrari outfit. So I think they came like P9 and P10 in the end. So
yeah, I think
very
so.
poor from them. But you know, P2's worked out for you. So
Exactly. Take them as they come.
to come in the future.
Exactly.
Well, congrats, lad.
Thanks, mate.
And let's move on to our race winner and driver of the day, Lando. Well, as I said, driver of the day. I guess it was all about penalty management, was it, that kind of helped you get the win?
Yeah, and I guess the rain gods actually managed to do something for me for once. I got involved in like pretty much every incident where a car spun, slammed my front wing into every single side pod of a car that I've seen today, and I got no damage from it. And there was a lot of clumsy driving, especially on that one safety car restart. I think one of the inners were on everybody's car. I think we were like 4 wide and 3 cars were in the grass or something, I don't know. But hell, I got my first one from this. Can't believe I did it.
Is that like your first ever league race win, or just your first win in GSR?
First one in GSR.
Well, you know, the first one's always special. And there's always more to come, you know?
Yeah, I hope so.
And I can safely say as somebody else who got their first win in GSR this season, it's a good feeling, isn't it? It is a very good feeling.
Yep, and I had no idea what was going on. It was just those last 7 laps, it was just maintaining my pace and just making sure I didn't spin it or do anything stupid, and just waited for the last lap when I saw the Red Bull was vulnerable and just took it and just let it soak all in the 3rd sector.
Yeah, well, as we know, penalty management is key in a lot of these tiers, and well, you took the opportunities when you had them. As you said, there wasn't much clean racing today. There was some good racing, but like, I don't think a lot of it was clean.
Oh yeah. I
you know,
was hearing something about Davis. I don't know what he did, but
yeah,
he
there was a bit of an
stuff.
incident with Davis, but it was just a bit of it was some questionable driving from Davis, but you know.
Yeah.
It's worked out for you in the end. You said you got involved in the incidents, but you didn't get damage from them, so that worked out for you. And yeah, you managed to bring it home into P1. So, congrats, lad. That was a well-deserved victory.
Thank you.
Anyway guys, that's gonna do it for GSR Tier 2 Round 8. We will be back in about half an hour to 40 minutes for GSR Tier 1 Round 8 here in Monza as well. So tune in for that. I believe it'll be Ryan and Thrasher on comms. So thank you all for tuning in to GSR Tier 2 today. I've been Alicio007 in the comms box. I have been all alone unfortunately this week, but you know, thank you all for tuning in, and goodbye from me.